Stakes, which has been won by some great horses over the years. And Graham, they normally have a habit of running pretty fast time in this too.
Yes, generally, although there's nearly always a small field, there's generally a front runner and a fast pace, and they do go from the moment they get out of the barriers.
5 Elquas at $1.95, and they dominate betting on the race. Beau George $7.15, $8.35 Gypsy Rogue, $3.75 Rechabite, $3.30 Stargazer, $10.70 Manitou, $1.45 the place dividend for Elquas. I reckon that'll shorten up. There's only 2 place dividends in this. Manitou, an immaculate looking animal, but so too John Letz's Redelva, a horse you had a lot to do with earlier on in your career, and as I mentioned Saturday, you've prolonged your retirement for 12 months because of him.
Yes, and he's a great horse, Dan, and I think he'll win this race. I think myself personally that he is a brilliant 1400 metre horse. I think he's a better horse over 14 than what he is over 12. He ran second here in the Gadsden the other day, and they went 1-8. And today I think he could nearly jump to the lead and jump to the front and lead all the way. But he looked magnificent, and Greg Varco's got him going very well. This horse never runs a bad race, and you know, he's the one they all want, and he's the one that I'd like to be on.
The 2 favourites, the only 2 out from the stalls, John, Elquas and Redelva. Redelva's drawn 6, Elquas has drawn 7. There's nifty Neville Wilson bringing this immaculate animal up to the gates. Big chestnut, a lot to like about him, with a big white star on his forehead. Redelva having his 40th start today. He's 7 years old. 16 wins from the 39 starts, $1 million in prize money. And the field is set to go. One a bit toey. And they're set, and they're off and racing in the Linlithgow Stakes. Elquas a bit slow to begin. Beau George missed it ever so slightly over on the inside, and already the big chestnut is looking for the lead, Redelva. He crosses over after 200 metres and leads from Rechabite and the Grey Gypsy Rogue. Manitou to 4th, a length and a half to Stargazer, Beau George, and last of all Elquas about 8 off the lead. 1,000 metres to go. Redelva the favourite in front by 2 lengths. Gypsy Rogue second, a length away Rechabite, 1 to Manitou, 1.5 Beau George Stargazer, a length and a half to Elquas, about 6 to 8 lengths off Redelva. About 850 metres to go. Redelva second in this race last year, and he won it 2 years ago. He leads by a length and 3/4 to Gypsy Rogue, and Rechabite's had a nice sit third the rail. 1.5 to the 3-year-old Manitou, a length and a half to Stargazer, Beau George, and Elquas last of all, but about to be hooked out as Dittman takes off on Stargazer. 500 metres to go around the turn. Redelva in front, sitting pretty for Wilson. A length and a quarter clear of Rechabite, Gypsy Rogue, Manitou. Here's Stargazer deep. Elquas making a run out wide, and then came Beau George. Inside the 400, Redelva snuck away from Rechabite. Led by 2, then Manitou. Elquas down the outside, I think, is going to be the challenger to Redelva. 250 metres to go. Redelva a length and a half in front. Elquas is closing. Then Beau George up on the inside. Redelva in front. Elquas laying in a little bit. Might cost him the race at will. Redelva in front. Elquas won't get him. And the champ wins, Redelva. By a length, Elquas threw the race away, the second horse. Then Beau George and Rechabite, Stargazer, Manitou, and a long break to Gypsy Rogue. He's done it, Redelva. Perhaps Elquas was going to get a little bit closer to him, John, but that's the difference between good, gutsy horses. They know how to race, and Elquas didn't quite know how to do it today. He laid in for Michael Clark, gave him a torrid ride, but Redelva kept going straight, and the 7-year-old wins again.
Well, once Redelva jumped to the lead, I thought it was just a matter of how far. If you'd backed him, you could go and run and jump in the queue, because he's one of those horses, I think, Dan, he can run terrific time when he's left alone in front. He's gone 123 on this track today, and I've always said that Redelva around Flemington will run 122 over 1,400 metres. But you can see him here, Dan, coming down the straight. Elquas is just getting his head on the side there. Redelva's shifting out a little bit up the track, but not enough to make any difference, I wouldn't think. Here's Elquas. He hasn't had to change course very much, although Redelva, he's straightened up.
Not at this
now,
point.
so,
Redelva probably shifted out, really, didn't he? But Elquas didn't look like he was going straight earlier on in the home stretch. Redelva getting out underneath him. But and look at Beau George getting up right up along the inside.
Yes.
Redelva was always holding them, but at the 200, Elquas did look the biggest danger to him.
He looked the biggest danger. But when you've got a horse like Redelva that's got a big heart, and here we have him in front, and he's just ready going past the 400 metres. When they'd left him alone so long, you don't leave horses like Redelva alone in front to make their own pace. And here they come from the back, but they were never going to get him, Dan.
No, he was always 2 in front, had Rechabite covered. Beau George was making a late sprint up on the inside, and Elquas really all the way up the straight looked the only possible danger to him. You can see Elquas there. The horse is racing with his head on the side. Redelva's going straight.
Yeah.
Elquas looks like he's shifting in a little bit. Redelva, of course, is also coming out, and Mick Clark almost had to check him. But the horse didn't sort of go on with there. He's pulled the whip.
Pulled the whip on him, yeah.
And just wasn't quite good enough, but it was a good run by the second horse. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3 in racebook order. Redelva, Elquas, Beau George. And Greg Varco is the trainer of this magnificent animal. He'd have to be wrapped.
Morning, Doctor.
Shortly, but we'll have a look at the totes for race number 7 first of all and see Merimbula Bay at $2.25 and favourite for the Country Cup. $8.35 for Durham Rivers, Prince Carrick $6.30, Big Chance Him, $4.80 Stewart's Event, $7.90 Carrawin, it's an open event, $4.30 the Grey Silver Shark, $7.45 Ashen Prince, Bold Selection, big odds, $4.60 Foxwise. Over the page, 2 Averted, it's scratched, 11 Raja Supreme, $7.35, 25 to 1 Star of Marquee, 13 and 14 are out. Rider Ben 11, 10 for Flamenco King, $4.85 Tikalara, $21.70 Wind Chill. And in the systems out, Lucent Bijou, the second emergency, got a run, and $30.85. In Victoria, I can tell you that Riddell was showing $1.10 and 75, 95 cents for Alquas, but there is a protest on, and that could alter, of course. The 7th... $10 and 75, Alquas 95. There was no third dividend for Beau George because of insufficient starters. Quinella was $1.35 and the trifecta $19.40. The last 2 races have been put back 5 minutes each.
Okay, the big red fella survived the protest and we're all pretty happy, and his connections would be too. They're ready for the presentations. Let's go to the track.
The mile start here. Very interesting. If you're trapped out wide, it's quite difficult. We're talking about that long sweeping turn on many occasions, and if you are trapped out deep, it makes it almost impossible. And if you are drawn out wide, you either go forward quickly or get back. Merimbula Bay's 2.10, that's Peter Bakos's tip. 2.10 and the favourite in a fairly open affair. Durham Rivers, Prince Carrick shortening up now, Stewart's Event, Carrawin. So they're all got chances. Silver Shark with the Oaks winning jockey Jim Cassidy aboard. Ashen Prince at $8, Foxwise at $5.05. And over the page we go. Raja Supreme a chance. Star of Marquis not hopeless. Rider Ben the same. Flamenco King. Tikalara $4.75. $24 for Wind Chill. And number 20 is Lucent Bijou. Nearly 50 to 1 on the tote. So Bob Mormel, Merimbula Bay's the clear. Outside, the lights on. Set to go and they're racing on. Prince Carrick stood there and missed the start. 10 lengths. And one of the first to bound away was Merimbula Bay from Stewart's Event. Rider Ben, Durham Rivers is in search for the lead, and Star of Marquis over on the inside. Then came Raja Supreme, Ashen Prince. Silver Sharks around them 4 deep, and then Carrawin midfield from Flamenco King. Followed by Tikalara. Getting back was Bold Selection, 4 lengths to Wind Chill. And a length and a half away than a Lucent Bijou, and missing the start 10 lengths was Prince Carrick. He's last but tacked onto them. About 1,100 metres to go. Durham Rivers by a length and a half. Rider Ben second, third Stewart's Event over on the inside. They were followed by Star of Marquis and Merimbula Bay well placed over on the inside, Foxwise, and then Ashen Prince. A length and a half to Raja Supreme, and over on the inside was Carrawin, Silver Shark 3 deep. Followed by Tikalara, Flamenco King, a length further back to Bold Selection, and then Prince Carrick, Lucent Bijou and Wind Chill. Up to the bend they go, 700 metres to run, and Durham Rivers in front. Leads about 3/4 to coming at it quickly, Rider Ben. A length and a half to Stewart's Event over on the inside of Merimbula Bay and Star of Marquis. Merimbula Bay given a crack with a whip by Dittman. Ashen Prince out wide, followed by Foxwise at the dock and Carrawin. In the straight, 400 to go, Durham Rivers in front, Rider Ben challenging. Getting up on the inside, Foxwise running on on was Carowin. Down the outside, Merimbula Bay at the 250. Stewart's Event went to the front. Carowin goes for the run. Stewart's Event in front. Carowin getting up on the inside with Foxwise. Carowin drives through on the inside for trainer John Leake and jockey Simon Marshall. Carowin drew clear with 50 metres to go, and Carowin wins the Country Cup. Second, Merimbula Bay and nose to Foxwise and Raja Supreme. Then Stewart's Event, followed by Tikalara. Next home would have been Flamenco King and Star of Marquis, well back Bold Selection. Then Windshield, Durham Rivers, Prince Carrick, Loose on Bijou. Well back Ryder, Ben Ash and Prince, and Silver Shark was last. Winner is Carowin, number 5, ridden by Simon Marshall at about 16 to 1. Bit of a surprise for most people, I suppose, but the horse's form had been all right. I know he was aiming at a Caulfield Cup start at one stage, trainer John Leake was with this horse. He hurt himself at Cranbourne and didn't end up getting a start, but he's won today and was probably always going to win in the straight.
He was going to win all the time down the straight, Dan, but Merimbula Bay had every chance. I thought Mick Dittman rode him very well. Foxwise was a good run, but the horse that we did throw out as a roughie, Flamenco King's finished just behind the place getters and a little bit weaker a race around. I think there'll be one around for him.
Weight to contend with. She's up 6.5 kilos on her last win, but still a chance. 9.10 Royal Pay, 8.35 Lady Officer, 7.50 Market Heights, 2.60 Connaught Noir, Hot Set 2.90. About 30 to 1 Red Summit won this race last year at 80 to 1. Ben Barra Queen, Diamond Zephyr, Apothecary, all chances at good value. At the dock, big odds, Grey Rose 3.30. 12.80 Shanghai Escapade, 18 Rising Supreme, 17 Northern Shine, big odds Alanira and Galatina down the bottom as we check the dividends on race number 7 shortly. No, we've got a problem, so we'll get to those fairly shortly. The tips though on the final event from Peter Donegan and Graham Kelly. Peter, well, I suppose you can tell us who you like.
Yes, I can actually, Dan. I like number 5 Hot Set in the last event. And Graham is standing over there. Can you hold fingers up to me, Graham? But we'll get Dr. Turf's tip.
David Hayes. Though I think the favourite's got it. One she has. And Razor Rhythm's going on to win the Merivale plate by 2 lengths. Second, Lady Purpose. Third, Pampas Fire. The wrap around the inside. Final card the outside. Final card knuckling down. Wrap around, kicking back. The filly's got him beaten, and wrap around wins. Wrap around a half a length to final card. Premier Copper third. Beachside coming out of Triscay. Beachside going to All Mine. Beachside and All Mine. Beachside, All Mine. They hit the line tight. Look at Planet Ruler. Show County battling on Ridelva, but the Ruler 2 in a row on the Gadsden Ream. Planet Ruler over the top. Does it again. Wins it a length. Ridelva second, Stylish in front, Better Loosen Up wearing him down. Better Loosen Up with Clark go to the front end. He is a champion. Better Loosen Up wins the McKinnon by a neck. Stylish second, a gallant run. David Hayes going for his 6th win of the day. Mount Olympus in front, Kingston Rule trying hard, won't get him, and Mount Olympus wins the Dalgety. Historically in front of Ringy, can't go on. Raft Boy lunging at them. Raft Boy over the top of Historically. Historically fighting on for Boltridge. Raft Boy trying to get him. Historically in front of Raft Boy, and Historically won. Power of Destiny over the top. Procol Harum fighting back. Power of Destiny coming at him. He's laying out Procol Harum. Power of Destiny lunging and got him. Power of Destiny got up and won and beat Procol Harum, and third looks great. Marvellous days on Saturday and Tuesday for David Hayes. 6 winners on Saturday, 2 winners on Cup Day, and he is well and truly the #1 trainer in the land at this stage of the Premiership, not only in Melbourne but also in Adelaide. We've got another Carowin, $8.65 and $2.60. Merimbula Bay, 85 cents. $2.05 for Foxwise. $10.40 Quinella on 1 and 5. 5 and 9, 35.90. Trifectas, $313.65 and $361.20.
I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me. So deep in my heart, you're really a part of me. I've got you under my skin. I've tried so not to give in. I said to myself, this affair never will go so well. But why should I try to resist when, darling, I know so well I've got you under my skin. I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you here, in spite of a warning voice that comes in the night and repeats, yes, repeats in my ear. Don't you know, little fool, you never can win.
Oh, sorry, folks, had a little problem with that tape there. We'll try and bring you the rest of that a little later if we can.
It is a 1400-metre race, and we've stressed before it's good to be up close to the lead and not being wide. And they have a long sweeping turn, long run down the straight, so often the best horse is given the best opportunity of winning. Open race, 790 Royal Pace, 710 Lady Officer, 520 Market Heights, 240 Connaught Noir, which is probably the favourite in a wide open affair, 320 Hot Set, 845 Benbara Queen. Red Summit won this race last year, 33 to 1 on the tote, 280 for Diamond Zephyr, Friedman after a double, Apothecary 650, number 9. Number 10 is at the dock at big odds, Grey Rose 385, and Shanghai Escapades probably not hopeless at $13.55. And Peter Donegan and Graham Kelly, final event on Oaks Day as Echo Lass leads the field out with the clerk of the course.
And Dan, we've been pretty lucky with the weather today. It's starting to get a little bit overcast again, maybe the odd spot of rain, but I think we'll get through to the last, Graham, and if we can do it with a winner, all the better. And your tip is Lady Officer.
I've tipped number 2, Lady Officer, yes, with Shane Dye aboard. She has drawn wide in the race, Peter, which is a problem, but her form is quite good. She's racing well in South Australia before, a 9th at Caulfield in the Tristark Stakes, but she didn't handle the track that day, and I think if she has any luck from the 14 barrier, she'll be very hard to beat.
And with Lady Officer is number 3, Market Heights, with Michael Clark aboard. Last start finished in the middle of the field at Morfordville, but prior to that had excellent form in South Australia, winning at Cheltenham, but that was back in April, and of course ran second during May as well. So Market Heights hasn't started for a long time. She's got a lot of ability. She looks reasonably well, but she's got barrier 17 here, and that's not good at the 1400.
Number 4, Connaught Noir, with Darren Beedman aboard, has a very good chance in the race. She was a winner over 1400 metres at Randwick back on September 29, Epsom Handicap Day. She won well that day. She didn't handle the track at Caulfield at the last start, and as you can see, she looks very well going to the post in the cerise colours and cerise blinkers.
You won't be able to miss Hot Set in the run, green with the yellow cap, and Greg Childs is the rider. There she is. The last couple of runs have been good. 5th at Moonee Valley behind Princess Pushy. She was beaten a fair way that day, but then ran on well when second at Werribee, or she battled on well after being taken on in the run. And I think despite the fact she's drawn wide, she's the one to beat.
Another with a chance in the race is number 8, Diamond Zephyr, with Darren Gauchi. Sorry, I've missed number 7, Benbara Queen, with Darren Triandaflu. Sorry, Willie Harnett now taking the right. She's quite a consistent horse, generally runs her best races at Sandown, but I think she can probably improve on her last start, 8th behind Princess Pushy in the race, if she has some luck from her 15 barrier.
Lee Friedman prepares number 8, Diamond Zephyr. Darren Gauchi in the saddle, won at Caulfield 2 runs ago, defeating Daira, and that was on the 17th of October, and then she finished down the track at Werribee, but I'll be going on the performance at Caulfield.
Number 9, Apothecary, was disappointing at Geelong in her last start, but she did win at Morfordville and Victoria Park at her 2 previous outings, so if you can forgive her that failure, she comes into the race with a chance.
And the grey mare, number 11, Grey Rose, is amongst the chances too. P. Merton's the rider. Last start winner at Geelong, scored by a long head from Shanghai Escapade. Prior to that, down the track at Caulfield, but before that, a winner at Werribee. So she's won 2 of her last 3, and she's got a bit of a chance. So there it is, the final event. Can you get us out, Docky, if we're losing?
I hope so, Pete. Number 4, Connaught Noir, she's the looker on the yard, looks terrific. She is favourite here on the tote, and perhaps doesn't represent a great deal of value in a very hard race. For value, I've gone for number 2, Lady Officer. The South Australia mare looks very good. She looks terrific in the yard. Got Shane Dye on board, drawn a bit wide. And the other roughie here, number 7, Benbara Queen. Pete?
Righto, Docky, they're the horses going to the stalls now for the running of the final event on Oaks Day, the Maybe Mahal Handicap. Plenty of punters trying to get out on the last, and what have they put?
Diamond Zephyr, one of those, and Market Heights, trained by David Hayes. Galatina, one of 2 greys in the race, drawn the inside. Apothecary next to it with Simon Marshall aboard, rode Carrawin to win the previous event, the Country Cup. Magnificent ride. The field just about set for the final race on Oaks Day, named after a great sprinter of the mid-70s, Maybe Mahal, trained by Bart Cummings. Field set, starter on the platform, light on, they're off and racing. Pretty good break too. Northern Shine is customary, slow to begin, and she's out the tail with Alanira early. Royal Pay won the start from Galatina. Hot sets up in search for the lead with Rising Supreme. Market Heights caught out deep, and then Apothecary followed by Red Summit, Connaught Noir, Benbarra Queen deep. Over on the inside behind that wall of horses was Alanira, then Diamond Zephyr at the dock around them. From Shanghai Escapade and Lady Officer, Northern Shine, and last of all was Grey Rose. Inside the 1,000-metre point, Rising Supreme worked to the lead from Market Heights. Going up into third placing was Hot Set, then Galatina, followed by Apothecary on the inside of Royal Pay, Benbarra Queen, Tax Summit, Red Summit rather, back about 8th. Over on the inside was Alanira, followed by Connaught Noir, taken deep. A length and a half to At the Dock and Diamond Zephyr, then Shanghai Escapade, Lady Officer, Northern Shine and Grey Rose. Around the turn, 550 metres to go, and the leader is Rising Supreme by 2 lengths to Market Heights and Galatina. Apothecary next, and then Hot Set. Royal Pay got badly checked. Benbarra Queen running on strongly, went up to take the lead from Rising Supreme at the 350. Here's Connaught Noir down the outside, Diamond Zephyr, then At the Dock, Red Summit. Inside the 300, Benbarra Queen in front. Here's Diamond Zephyr out wider. Benbarra Queen in front. Diamond Zephyr goes up to her, then Connaught Noir. Diamond Zephyr in front of Connaught Noir, and Diamond Zephyr burst clear. And it's a double to trainer Lee Friedman. Diamond Zephyr wins by about 2. Connaught Noir second, third Benbarra Queen, then Lady Officer. Northern Shine flew home at the finish. Then Royal Pay, Hot Set. Royal Pay didn't have the best of luck. Apothecary next in from Rising Supreme, Lady Officer. Alanira well back, Shanghai Escapade and Grey Rose, Red Summit, Market Heights, and Galatina back at the tail. Last event on the program, having been won by Diamond Zephyr, number 8, ridden by Darren Gauci. John DePay, $2.95 and $1 in Victoria. Connaught Noir, 95. Benbarra Queen, $2.25, and that's her second win over this course and distance.
There's no doubt about the Gouch. No doubt about the Gouch. Connaught Noir looked the winner, definitely 300 metres from home, but the Diamond Zephyr moved up on the outside and put it beyond doubt very quickly, Danny. But the horse that was the run of the race, I thought, that horse that used to come out the barrier last, Northern Shine. I've never seen a horse come out the barrier so slow.
I have seen her do that on plenty of occasions. You have a look on the home turn. She's last on the fence in the green or sort of darker colours. And she obviously needs just one sprint at them, and gee, did she fly.
Yeah, it says Darren Gauci. He's just back on the inside. I think it's Benbarra Queen, and he's just coming to the outside now of the breastplate. He's followed Darren Beedman on Connaught Noir, and you'll see that he's tracked him right up until they get down to about just before the 300 metres. He's come to the outside of him. Here's where he's gone up outside of Connaught Noir on the winner, Diamond Zephyr, and just as we thought that Connaught Noir was going to go on and win, along come Diamond Zephyr, and it's just gone. Darren Gauci starting to get really busy now. Connaught Noir looked the winner here.
But not soon after that, Diamond Zephyr got her measure. You know that Lee Friedman's only got about 2 mares in his stable. I think Hasty Departure in this little mare, so he's been pretty keen to stick with her. She's got a lot of ability. Proof of the pudding in that win, and Peter Donegan's talking to last year's Melbourne Cup winning trainer.
Yes, and Lee just about to go and congratulate the owners, but she's pretty smart, especially here at Flemington, Lee.
Yeah, she's a very good Flemington mare, Peter. She won here very impressively on Anzac Day, excuse me, over the same trip. And I just said to Darren today, with the likelihood of there being a solid pace on the rider back and produce her down the outside with a late run, and she loves racing that way, and she won very impressively, I thought.
What happened to her at Werribee?
Well, she went up very steeply in the weights at Werribee from 51 to 55, and she struck a very muggy day and sweated up badly. And she just got back around that very tight turning track and never really got into the race till late. And Darren came in that day and said, look, just take her back to Flemington. She's a different filly there. And she dropped the 3 kilos and made the difference.
Well, she was a different filly, a winning double. Congratulations, Lee.
Thanks very much.
Lee Friedman, trainer of Diamond Zephyr, the winner of the final event on Oaks Day. Dan?
Yeah, indeed, certainly was great achievement. There's Diamond Zephyr, hit the front with 100 to go, and she had the race well and truly parcelled up. Double to Darren Gauci and Lee Friedman. We're going to take a break on Channel 10. We'll be back shortly and wrap up the whole day, Oaks Day 1990. Diamond Zephyr, $2.95 and $1. Connaught Noir, 95 cents. $2.25 Benbarra Queen. Quinella paid $6.35, and the trifecta was $252.20.
Walk on ice with the
Welcome back to Flemington, the closing stages of Oaks Day, and when Weekend Delight won the Oaks, I've never seen a more excited bunch of connections, about 50 of them. I don't think Peter Donegan's got all of them, just a few.
We have got the syndicate manager Ian Lewis with us, as well as trainer Bart Cummings and jockey Jimmy Cassidy. Tim and Jimmy, first of all to you, they might have to change the name of this race. They might call it the Jimmy Cassidy Stakes. What's that, 4 out of 4 for you now?
Yeah, it's been a good race for me, Peter, and you know, I'm lucky that I'm riding for Bart. I've won the last 2 for Bart, so I just hope he can pick another one early this year for next year.
The filly travelled beautifully throughout the run as we take a look at the race, and it really did help you that it was a truly run race today.
Well, it always helps when the long races are truly run, and it makes every runner have every opportunity, and more so from about the half mile. And if you can have an uninterrupted run, you know, the rest is up to the horse and me. But it certainly helps if you have a nice run. And I knew she was fit. She showed in her Geelong Oaks trial that she was going to run the trip, so it certainly played a big part in today's win.
But the filly was timed to the minute. She didn't have the best of luck on Saturday in the Wakeful.
Well, Peter, Jim told me he couldn't get a run anywhere, and looking at the films, we saw a head-on film with the stewards, showed us, and there's nowhere to go at all. And I suppose it was like a barrier trial for today. Unfortunately, we backed it each way and ran out of a place on Saturday, but today made up for it, and it was a very good, very good staying effort.
Ian, here's the final stages. I suppose all of those owners, about 13 of them, were pretty excited at this stage.
Yes, they were very excited, Peter. Jumping up and down and going rather crazy.
What are you going to do with the trophy now?
We'll worry about midnight.
Plenty of celebrations.
Plenty of celebrations, yes.
The trainer and the jockey. I don't know about that, Bart. But there's Weekend Delight going to the line to win the Oaks Stakes. Congratulations to you, Ian. Congratulations to all the owners.
Thanks,
Bart.
Thanks,
it's been a great week for you, and Jimmy, well done.
Thanks, Peter.
The connections of Weekend Delight, the winning horse in today's Oaks Stakes. Tim?
Thanks very much, Peter. And Dan Malecki, the highlight, of course, is the Oaks, but the other highlight for me was watching Big Redelva win. I love seeing champions go around.
Great day indeed, it certainly was, Tim, and I know you're not the only one that likes to see Redelva go around. John Letts is as well. Saw a great horse win the Linlithgow, and a top filly win the Oaks, of course.
Yes, it was great to see Bart Cummings win the Oaks again too, Dan. And Redelva, every time he wins, I get a thrill because I did ride him until I retired, and I know what a great horse he is, and you know how much he really puts into his races. And to see him when they got nearly to him at the 200 metres, I knew they wouldn't get past him.
Thanks, mate. Well, we've got Saturday to go, Tim. It'll be a great day there too.
It will indeed, Dan. Derby Day belonged to David Hayes. The Cups have belonged to Bart, both the Melbourne Cup and the Oaks. It's been a terrific week, and we're back here again on Saturday. It's been our pleasure once again to bring the horse racing to you. Join us at Flemington on Saturday for the final day of the Spring Racing Carnival from Flemington. I'm Tim Webster. Look after yourselves. Goodbye for today.
The racing action concludes Saturday at noon when TANZ cameras take you live to Flemington for the final day of the 1990 Spring Racing Carnival, Honda Stakes Day. But stay with us now for all the magic moments of Candid Camera on Australia.